Living in Atlanta is like no other place in the world. I've been a real estate broker in Atlanta for 10 years. I've actually lived in Atlanta my entire life, and I'm going to talk to you today about what makes Atlanta different than everywhere else in the world. Number one, Atlanta has awesome sports teams. We have the Atlanta Falcons, we have the Atlanta Braves, and we have Atlanta United. Atlanta United, the soccer team, actually just won the national championship in Atlanta. Besides the sports teams, there's so much to do in Atlanta. We have awesome hiking in Atlanta. If you're moving from somewhere coastal, you might have shock at first because we are landlocked. However, there are some awesome lakes around Atlanta, and depending on what part of Atlanta you live in, there's a lake not too far from you, 30 to 45 minutes away. So if you're moving from somewhere else, just know that you're not going to get the ocean, but you are going to have a few great lakes that you can go to. Next, Atlanta is very spread out. The metropolitan is growing and booming. We have about 5 to 7 million people if you take the true metro area that goes about a 40-mile radius around the city of Atlanta. And so you may get invited to go to a dinner somewhere and it's an hour away from your house. So that would be one downside. Traffic in Atlanta, not fun. But you always can there's so much to do local around you, which is what another part of Atlanta is so great. There's local cities and municipalities everywhere, and there are restaurants and there are festivals and there are all kinds of things to do right in the little town that you live in, that every weekend there's something to do in Atlanta. You just Google it and you'll see that there's a big Dogwood Festival, or there's something going on at Piedmont Park, and we have Dragon Con. I mean, we have so much going on. The Atlanta Gay Pride Parade, it's huge every year. Every weekend it seems like there is a huge event going on in Atlanta where people are flying in from all over the country to come here. Atlanta also has the Coca-Cola Museum. We have the largest and best aquarium in all of the United States that people like to visit both. They're right next door to each other. We have a huge Ferris wheel. We have the Atlanta History Museum. There is so much to do in Atlanta, it's unbelievable. The feel of Atlanta is that you go out, you're driving in your car, people are gonna wave at you. People are very friendly in Atlanta. We have a very warm climate. You can be outside and some days in shorts from March through November. But the nice part about Atlanta is we get to enjoy the cold feeling of winter, to then enjoy the warm feeling of the spring and the fall months. And our summers are not as hot as Florida. So I think that the 4 seasons that we get here are perfect because we don't have to shovel snow, but we also get to enjoy 4 different seasons. Next, Atlanta has the busiest airport in the world. And what I love about that is I can decide that I want to go to Paris tomorrow, and there are about 16 flights that will leave tomorrow and take me directly to Paris. So it is really great. Whenever you have to travel internationally, you just get on a plane and go where you're going, and it makes life really easy. Last but not least, the topography in Atlanta is awesome. If you're moving from Portland, Oregon, you're not going to think about, oh, the topography in Atlanta, but that's something that I have heard so many people bring up over and over again that they really enjoyed once they got here. And what does that mean? That's just a fancy word for when you're driving around and you get stuck in traffic, the scenery is beautiful. You might see a mountain in the distance, or you're going to see a home up on the hill. It's just great to be able to see the rolling hills and not have everything flat. That's what it's like to live in Atlanta. So my name is Janice Overbeck, and my contact information is below. If you have any questions about Atlanta, or if you want to move here, feel free to reach out to me, and I would love to help you. Have a great day.